Okay, so today gonna do a review, not to some review, on Batgirl Volume 2 Nightfall Descends, and there's the back, which is actually really awesome artwork right there. I That looks awesome. The front doesn't look that bad either. And just like all the other DCs except for that Batman Volume 3, it's just, regularness here. Um so this has issues, it should say right here. Yeah, 7 through 13 and issue 0. So I'm gonna like straight out say I really did like this book. Um, Now it's like kind of like three or four, depending on how you see it, different stories, different storylines that happen in this. Issue 0 is a standalone story where Barbara is at the Gotham police station, and there's the awesome artwork again, just saying. Where she's in the police station, she's in college, I believe. She's writing a paper for her class, and basically this guy right here breaks out, and the station goes in lockdown, and she has to fight people off. Batman does make a small cameo in it. I'm not gonna say much about it, but it's basically her inspiration, I think, to become Batgirl or something like that. It also shows her little brother, which becomes a bigger part of the series later. There's the issue 0 cover. It's a good issue. I actually have it on my wall. Maybe you'll see that if I do a tour of my room, this room. Um, so yeah, it's a good issue. Issue 0. It's it's a good standalone thing. Next issue, what was it? 13, right? Right, 7. It ends at 13. Starts off with her being drowned. And this story arc lasts, I want to say, 2 issues. I don't even remember the guy's name, but dude without shoes, which I didn't notice until she actually said he didn't have shoes, decides to rob this place. And really, it's actually more like a one story issue here because she does spar with Black Canary. She's still getting into like uh her Batgirl mode. It hasn't been, that long since she just started being Batgirl again. She's still having those issues with, like right here, seeing the Joker in her head and freezing. Not as much anymore. She's getting better at it, but she's not like 100% there. She's not at her best yet, or as she was before. So she's still having issues there. So, there's still, some character growing to go on. Um, but yeah, that whole thing lasts a couple of issues up until we reach the tie-in for Night of Owls, which I'm gonna say it's like one of my favorite tie-ins for Night of Owls. Night of Owls. It's only it's technically a prologue to it, I believe. When it came out, it said prologue to Night of Owls, but it's really good. The story about, so these people back during the war, World War II, supposedly sent out these helium balloons, and they landed in the United States and they blew up some people, but like apparently like supposedly no one ever got hurt by it, but somebody did, and that person becomes a Talon, and basically she fights Batgirl, and I think her target might be her dad. I'm not really sure, but I, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a really good issue, but you won't get the end of the story obviously unless you read the rest of the tie-ins, and it kind of just like ends there. It literally ends and goes into the next issue here, which is, I want to I don't even know. I don't even know the number, but it goes into that, and that's probably my favorite part of it. Like the first half of it was decent. She's fighting this weird dude with horns. I don't want to give too much away. It does kind of go back and forth between something that with the Joker, shooting her. There is like a big emphasis on what happened there. The second half of this story arc is probably my favorite. Introduces this guy, which I always forget his name. I always forget everybody's name. It just happens. But it's the title name Nightfall. So Nightfall is the villain, one of her new villains, and I like her. She has her own team. So it starts off with Barbara going to this parking lot where cars are being stolen, and she's basically breaking people up. And this guy runs and gets his freaking foot in a bear trap, which sucks. And she leaves him there because of security saying, "Oh, we'll call security. We'll call the ambulance. We'll wait for the ambulance or whatever." The rest of it, they talk about the girl, the person who's Nightfall. If that am I right? If I'm right, that is her name. I don't even want to try and pronounce it. Stuff is going on with her roommate, and I don't want to talk about that either because it's spoilers, I guess you could say. She does fight Batwoman in it, kind of like you see in the back cover. So that's cool. That's interesting. Uh, I'm trying to like not spoil anything here because I did really like this issue, and usually I could talk more about it, but since there's so many different stories going on in this one hardcover, it's kind of hard to like explain so much without giving anything away. So the best I can say here without spoiling anything or spoiling too much would be just if you like Batgirl or whatever, if you want to get into it, get volume 1 and 2. I haven't gotten volume 3, but I have read most of volume 3 in issues, or I have read all of it actually. That's the Death of the Family stuff, and it's good. I do like it. It's actually really, really good. Batgirl is actually one of my favorite titles right now, with the Batgirl Wanted series ending in the next issue next month. It's really one of my favorite DC titles that I'm getting. Um, this one, like I said, it has technically, let's see, issue 0. That's one story in its own. Then 7 and 8 are their own story. I believe these are the right numbers. 9 is its own story. 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that really right? Am I counting right? I don't know if I'm counting right. But basically, issue 0. Then there's its own story after that with the. He has his name. I don't remember his name, but the dude who robs, I think, a bottle of wine. Yeah, he kills somebody for a bottle of wine, like a really expensive bottle of wine, but a bottle of wine nonetheless. Then the one tie-in to Night of Owls, which I kind of wish she had a bigger tie-in into that because I really like Night of Owls, and I think maybe 1 or 2 more issues in that would have been really good, especially since it was kind of like a break between what was going on, kind of. Um, there's more of her mom, stuff going on with her mom here because if you did read Volume 1, her mom did return. She tries to explain why she left in the first place, which is interesting, and it ties into the next volume. So I don't want to give stuff away there either. But yeah, overall, I really like this. I would say get it if not hardcover and paperback because Batgirl's definitely really it's good. It feels darker than Batman, but by darker I mean because I don't know if it's because it happens more at night, and I'm just thinking it's darker, even though Batman happens a lot at night. But either way, really good volume, and that's my review. So comment if you have any questions, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff, and I will see you hopefully next week if I have anything to review then. If not, I don't know. But yeah, all right then. Bye.